This video is sponsored by Helsinki Metal Festival 2023.
Hello everybody out there, this is Kai.
And Michael.
And we are booked for the Helsinki Metal Fest as headliners on the
11th of August.
11th.
After all the cancellations and stuff, we're happy to finally come to your country.
Yeah. Come
See you
watch
there
us.
then.
Yeah.
Finnish black metal hails from Rauta. This time we go indeed to Finnish black metal with a band called Conjurer. Those of you who know the band really know that this is a one-man project, but not your typical bedroom black metal when it comes to the music, recording, style and all that stuff. I mean, if you get to witness the band live, which I strongly recommend, you will find out that this is a one-man band also on stage. So not your typical one-man band in the sense like, hey, I do all the recording in my bedroom while my mama or girlfriend is, watching reality TV and then just going on stage with a whole different lineup. No, this is the real deal, and as peculiar it might sound, it actually works nicely. So if you don't mind the female breast area shown on the cover and all that stuff, this might be your cup of tea. Jokes aside, this is a very barbaric take on the Finnish black metal. It's definitely more on the crude side of things. One could even make the bold statement, say, raw end of black metal. But much like Ride for Revenge, this is definitely more experimental side of things. So not that simple to put it in one box and all. As you can already see, there are no lyrics included. So this is something more mysterious in nature. Now, my personal relation to Conjurer is kind of complicated. I like the artist very much. There is only one man, Harri Kuokkanen, in the band, whom you might know from other bands like Hooded Manage, Ride for Revenge, and other projects. Some are listed here as well. But where it gets complicated is that as much as I like the person, I mean, I've done an interview with him, I've talked to him a few times, and he's a very, very smart, nice, cool guy in so many ways. I have had a hard time getting into his music. Why? It's because sometimes it's too experimental for my liking. It's kind of a crude, and sometimes the songwriting has been sloppy. I'm talking about in past tense, because what I just said, those words don't really apply to this album so much, because this is probably most likely the best Conjurer album so far. And as you can see, the band has been always very, very active since it started around 2017. I mean, album in 2018, 2019, 2020, 2 albums in 2021, then another one 2022, and now in 2023, yes, a new album. And that doesn't really include, the demos and splitters and whatnot. So basically, a lot of stuff to do. So all the red flags rising for, bedroom black metal approach, doing a huge amount of releases by one man, so quick amount of time. Yeah, it could rise some red flags. But Ouroboros Lust is something different. I mean, it's almost like some gears have been changed, some parts, some ideas, and it's now evolved into something different. Now, I had a little bit drunken conversation with Mr. Kuokkanen at Steelfest, and I guess I was kind of stupid, saying like, yeah, I like you as a guy and as a person and blah, 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 but your music isn't exactly very good. And he was probably face-palming, but I couldn't really tell. Now, the point here is, it's almost like some kind of a karmatic thing has happened, because now the best album is right here. Now, towards the end, especially the last track, I mean, it kind of goes down the slippery slope when you're adding more, say, noisier elements, a little bit more experimental parts. And the last track is a little bit like, I'm not sure. I mean, towards the end. But most parts, this is actually now rolling with the momentum that hasn't been here so far so much. And I must say, I like it way better than most of the stuff, especially the previous ones earlier in the career. So definitely now rolling, in my opinion, just my opinion that is, the better direction. Now it's more like a very similar to Ride for Revenge, and yet at the same time separated from the very, say, half-brother. I mean, he plays in the band some drums, and he definitely shares to some DNA in terms of music and all that stuff. So there are parts where this is definitely tied to the certain kind of Finnish mindset, being very crude, very barbaric, very simple with the riffs and all that stuff. But Conjurer is like a little bit twisted when it comes to, the music and the creation of riffs and adding to those noisier elements. So yeah, while it's kind of overlapping with Ride for Revenge, it's also a different entity. And this goes for the favor of both bands. I mean, they are different, yet also reminding one another. So something different going on. Now, all in all said, when it comes to production or vocals or just, songwriting, everything he seems to fit the place. No, this is far from being, bullseye album. But now it's, in my opinion, just more polished, more like evolved. Different stage, different level, whatever you want to call it. Different era, different phase. And I would say if you previously liked Hail Conjurer, at least to a certain degree, certain extent, there is no reason to skip this one. Then again, if the previous albums made you allergic to this music, I don't think this is gonna challenge you enough, to give you a reason to give it a go. But I always say, listen to the music for yourself and decide then. You will find links provided in the description box, which should give you the tools to listen to the music and find more information, whether it's about Metal Archives or the band's own sites. Should you have questions about the band or the release, I'll do my best, so drop me questions, I will get back to you. Now it's your time to go, check out the music and all that stuff. Click like if you like the review and subscribe to the channel and all that stuff. Have a beer, have metal, stay safe, bye bye.